is listening. This is a distress call from Univerde City. I'm worried, old sport. I'm worried about Thalia. I haven't heard from her in days. The radio static has never felt so quiet. She used to send me messages daily, even multiple times a day, sometimes. For her to suddenly go quiet just isn't like her. Did the agency find her radio? If they found her radio, are they listening? Why else would she be so quiet? Before all of this, I had never been so glad to have learned Morse code before meeting Thalia. We did discuss, once, so long ago, about our shared skill in Morse code, and other codes we both seemed to know. We talked to each other in Pig Latin for the next hour. I told her all about K and his code, all of which I still have memorized. Thalia never sent codes longer than a couple of words. The messages rarely consisted of full sentences. The last thing she sent me was a single word a few days ago. Fingerprints. I've been trying to figure out what it means. Does the agency use fingerprint technology to get into their hideout, so that I and other non-recruits cannot enter? But technology like that in the city, it's been around for decades, centuries even. They ought to know that people have been able to hack those locks long ago. Oh, but of course, our fingerprints. We leave fingerprints everywhere. People leave fingerprints on doors to buildings they're not supposed to enter, of which there are many. I know this because I must have been in all these buildings the city has to offer. But I've never been caught. Why have I never? Oh my gloves. My gloves. Who knew? This whole time my gloves have been more than just my style in this costume that I wear to I'm not actually sure. But boy, have they come in handy. I realise as I speak to you, old sport, that you may not know what I speak of when I discuss the ongoings of the city. I never truly know the limits of this radio. With no one else using these frequencies, who's to say it is merely restricted to the city? If you are listening from the outside, oh, you must understand what it is like here. It is true that nothing in the city is what it seems. Buildings here can be separated into 3 different types. The first are the obvious ones, the lecture halls, the cafes, the restaurants. Buildings that the government intends you to enter. The second, the uninhabited buildings. They stand in the city purely to allow the landscape to look more crowded, closer to the picture of a city. No matter what, you cannot enter these buildings. And the third, the extinct buildings. These were places which used to the people of the city. The governors no longer had a use for them and shut them down. Yet they remain open, but they are forbidden to be entered. The streets of the city itself, as I often say, are stalked by horrors. The sighting of a cyborg is not new to the citizens of Univerde City. Whether that be the cyborgs that wish to eat you, or the ones that seem to walk around like everyone else, with no murderous intent. I'm not sure if they know that they are cyborgs. I'm not sure if I'm not a cyborg. Why else would I wear all this stuff? My suit, my gloves, to protect myself, I suppose. But is this who I am? Haven't you ever felt like there is more to who you are, old sport, but you just can't seem to find it? I'm a Russian doll of needing to escape. I myself stuck in Univerde City, but there's more of me wishing to get out. I just have to figure out who they are. staying on the edge of the city, looking for signs, for people, for Thalia. She told me not to look for her, I know, but I couldn't stand staying back in my usual hideout, knowing her contact was cut from me. I needed to know what happened. This city, honestly, the government is barely taking care of its own electronics. Oh, this light is flickering across the street, but it's not just flickering, it's a pattern. It's repeating in some sort of rhythm. Hold on, let me grab my paper. On, off, on, off, on. Okay, I think I have it. It's Morse code. It's clearly Morse code. I just have to translate it. Let's see. Radio. Radio. What? Who? Is this Thalia? Is she trying to tell me something about her radio? Or is she calling me for help? Or is it the agency? Do you think they know about me? Are they listening? What the...